Hello, welcome to another week. So, what are we up to this week? Well, we're going to try a beer. This one comes from Big Banana, and that is his Stratosphere. So, his Strat beer. So in it we can see it has Columbus, Centennial, Amarillo and Eureka. Pale Ale, Dextrin, Crystal, Y yeast, 1272, 5.8%, 55 IBUs. Nice one to start the evening. So we'll crack this open and see how we get on. Good hiss. Get pouring. Oh shit. Too good of a hiss. Loads of floaties. Must have been sitting for quite a while. It's disturbed all the yeast off the bottom of the bottle, but it says the carbonation has done that. Well, maybe it's supposed to be like that. I don't know. I haven't really followed up on the Strat beer. It could be an NIPA, but it says pale. Probably pale malt. So we ended up with a bit of a cloudy one. Oh, lots of floaties. Oh, that's supposed to be like that. Big Banana. As soon as I tip the bottle, it plenty of carbonation. I don't know if you can see the carbonation. There you go. And the floaties. So let's get on the nose. Can't smell through any. Nice cap. Proper point. Don't smell much through the cap. But we'll go for a taste. Ooh. Ooh, that's good. Definitely taste the Amarillo in it. Do like Amarillo. There's a lot of it goes in my rust bucket. Clone. Quite a bit. Every time I open the fermenter it smells like oranges. Quite a good body to it. Not too light. Definitely gassy. Don't know if I've had Eureka hops before, but I can't really taste them in that. It's probably sat a little while. I've had it. Must be a month now. And I don't know how long Stephen's had it. Oh yes. Get rid of the fruit flavour out of it. I think a lot of it's gone. Don't understand why it's cloudy though. Don't think that's yeast. Do you use a hot bag? Or is it supposed to be an NIPA? Don't know. Doesn't say much on the bottle. No, it's an IPA, so it's not an NIPA. A cracking pint, all the same. Yeah, it tastes like a bit one of mine that's sat a while. Oof. A lot of the hot flavour has dropped out, unfortunately. I probably left it too long. Should have drunk it more or less right away. But there you go. Right, what am I up to this week? I am doing a black IPA. Now, I've attempted this in the past and it tasted more like a stout. So, it's gonna have, let me see, pale malt, bit of Cara Hill, crystal, no, chocolate malt and carrot for 3. I'll fill you in the morning. Oh, gassy. Yeah, so I'll fill you in the morning. It's going to have hops wise, it's going to have Columbus as bittering as usual. Cascade, Centennial, Summit and Chinook. 50 minutes, and then the same for Flame Ale, and the same again for the dry hop. It's 3 stages of 20 grams of each. So yes, a bit of hops. So other than that, yeah. So it's going to be black IPA. So it's going to be called my Nero IPA after the unfortunate demise of the furry pet. And I think I'll be making this fairly regular. From what I can see, the recipe is going to be pretty good. So there's very little chocolate and carrot for 3 going in it, just to give it the black look, bit hint of chocolate, and then the full-on hops. So it should be cracking pint. So I'm going to go into the house. Going to fill up the mash tun with the grain for tomorrow morning. Set the panel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bright and early, as usual. See you then. Morning. Another brew day. We're brewing my Nero Black IPA. We're just mashing in at the moment. About 3-4 litres in. Grain's been in the house overnight to keep it warm at room temp. A bit cold last night. It does make a big difference when you're trying to hit your temps. Cool 4 or 5 degrees this morning. Yeah, autumn's here, as you can hear by the rain. So we get stuck in, and as soon as we get our strike water in, we're ready to mash. See you in a bit. Now you can see this is our grain bill. We've got some chocolate malt, carrot for 3, half a kilo of carrot hell, or carrot malt in this case, and 3.8 kilos of base malt. Also, for the first time in using brewing all grain, half a kilo of Dex is going in. So that'll be different. Never done that before. Okay, mash has been running for an hour, a bit probably. So this week I've actually done what I wanted to do for this brew. So we're coming out, mash tun, through the pump, back in. What I would normally do is go through the pump, through the Herms coil, and then in here. So I'm trying to battle getting my final gravity down a bit. It's always been a bit too high. So working out my temps so far, that is working, because I bottled the Rust Bucket clone yesterday and it finished out at 108. Normally my beers have been finishing out 112, 114, and it can be quite filling like a stout. But now I'm going to try this method, so I'm not actually heating. I know I have lost quite a bit of the temp already today for some reason, but yeah. So this is about ready. We'll get it in the boil pot and we'll get the sparge going. So we're doing the sparge. I'm doing it different this brew. Normally I would split my remaining liquor, put half in the tun, give it a good stir up, let it sit for half an hour while it's recirculating. But today I am fly sparging, solely fly sparging. So I'm draining out of the tun, coming out of the HLT, through the second pump, up through the Herms coil, and then into the top of the mash tun. So I've never done it this way before. See how it goes. Saves a bit of time on the brew day. You can save up to about 40 minutes doing it this way. But we'll see how it goes. Hey, sparge is finished. This last few drips. Boil kettle is on. Getting her up to temp. Now we have our Columbus bittering, 15-minute edition of Mosaic and Centennial. No, tell a lie, Chinook. Looking at the wrong part. Centennial and Mosaic and Royal Flat. Flame out, we put in our dextrose. Then we get down to 80 degrees. We'll put in our flame out edition, which is Chinook, Centennial, Mosaic and Summit. And it'll be the same. We'll have no Centennial left. We'll have to swap that out for Cascade, so it'll be Cascade, Chinook, Mosaic and Summit for dry hop. So, just waiting for the boil to start and we'll crack on. Okay, we've got good rolling boil. Time for our first edition and 60 minutes. Starts now. Right, okay, so it's time for the Orflock. Chiller's already in. And it's time for our 15-minute edition, which is things Mosaic and Centennial. That's in. Okay, boil is finished. Now it's time to add some dextrose while it's still hot and not boiling. Just 500 grams is going in. Hopefully that just hasn't stuck to the bottom. Give it a good stir. Okay, we have the pump up set up for recircling. FE is being sanitized. We've chilled down to down to 80 degrees. Well, 76, but you can steam off that. I'd say that is still around about 80. Right, so our flame out, Centennial, Chinook, Mosaic and Summit, 20 grams of each. We'll let that do a 15-20 minute soak, let it whirlpool while we're doing that. So we'll just bang on the pump, get it primed first. So just priming it. There we go. Fire it up. Shoot away. She can fairly go. Look at that. Alright. Let's get these hops down in the hot water. And I'll catch you at the end when I've cleaned up. How are we watching this right now? Watching a bit of under the table brewing. Brew day finished. Got my volumes mixed up again. Ended up with 29 litres instead of 27, so I'm not complaining. Also, I ended up with 1051, even though I had it set for 1044. Obviously, my efficiency is a lot better than the basic 70% that I always set it for. But I need to get my volumes nailed down. I don't know. I'm adding too much or I'm not boiling off fast enough. That's the only thing I can think on. Used USO5 yeast, so it should attenuate down pretty well. I think I've nailed my temperatures a bit, because I've had 2 brews now that have come down below 10-10, which is perfect. I was always getting 10-12, 10-14, so after a few pints there you're getting a bit full up. Seemed a bit heavy. Might also cure some of my beers that were going slightly over carb once they're in the bottles a while. Touch wood. So that's going to get dry hopped on day 7. With 20 grams, I'll run out of Centennial, so it'll be 20 grams of Cascade, 20 grams of Chinook, 20 grams of Mosaic, and Summit. And then after 14 days, it'll get keg bottled. You get a couple of brews on now for Christmas, as it's fast approaching. I've got 2 weeks off last of my holidays now in November, so I've got 2 weeks off so I can get a couple of brews on, get the stocks built up for over Christmas. Probably always have too much, but I've only got 1 keg empty at the moment, so hopefully I can get that on, get that filled, and 1 to kick. So hopefully we'll, I might do a big stout or something that can sit for a few weeks before Christmas. We'll see. I know one thing I must do is not a coconut IPA and a raspberry wheat. Maybe turn it into a raspberry smoothie for Christmas. Keep the missus happy as you do. So that's my brew day today for the Nero IPA, which was the name of the dog. So that's his celebratory beer, as a reminder. So that's what that's going to be. Hopefully it isn't turned out a bit too stouty. The last time I did it, too much black malts. Ended up 10-16, something like that. Ended up like a stout, but very hoppy. Not complaining, it was good. But this one hopefully will be a bit lighter, hence why the dextrose went in, just to thin it out a little. So hopefully this one will go down to 108, 109, give us a nice 5.5%. So that's it for this week. Battery's going to run out. I'll see you next week.